Hello there. You've just found me here. I will stare into your soul like a heathen and bring you back up. Welcome back to another day of recovering from a crash with MECFS and chronic illness on the daily. As you can see by the intro, there is variations in energy throughout the day. For me, with crashes, either it's sporadic energy at random points of the day where I can actually do stuff very randomly for just a minute or two, maybe 5, and the rest of the time I am just stuck in bed, or I am stuck in bed all day and can't really talk or think or really do much of anything. But if it's the sporadic energy, that's more of the time where I'll be able to browse YouTube, but I won't be able to really think much about what I'm watching on YouTube because I won't be thinking much at all. It's just a bunch of kind of mush in my head because I'm so fatigued. It's an interesting headspace to be in, and I'm still kind of getting out of that headspace because of still being quite fatigued. But I am getting better. And right now, what I have to do is prepare for a crash that is going to happen on New Year's Day slash the day following New Year's Day, because I will be staying up till midnight and there will be a lot of noise. And so that will cause me to most likely crash again. And the holidays are just a really challenging time to deal with, honestly. Because holidays are a really, really busy time of year. They're really challenging for most people with chronic fatigue syndrome or myalgic encephalitis. But there are ways to mitigate it by resting a lot and by having a way to get away from all the busyness and by not pushing too hard. I've not done well at that. I've pushed a little bit by accident because I keep forgetting, hey, by the way, you've got this disorder. And so it causes me to be like, oh, I do have this disorder. I need to be careful because I have ADHD and I forget what I'm ill with because that's a thing. But yeah, there's that. And then after New Year's, there's not going to be much going on, and hopefully I can just let my body repair itself fully and stop crashing. But yep. The next part of what I'm showing you now is the LifeUp app. The LifeUp app is an app that lets you set goals and tasks that you need to do. And I personally use it to set up kind of routines that don't have to be structured. So, because I have ADHD, I use LifeUp to track my routine and add things to my routine slowly so that I can integrate things into my routine without making it a big deal or a big fuss. I know that LifeUp is a paid app. In the US, it is around $2.99. And if you can use the Google Rewards Surveys app, you can eventually get $2.99 in Google Play Store credits to pay for the app pretty easily. It just takes about a few months of doing surveys. It just depends on what time of year you start doing surveys at and how many surveys they have available. But for example, I have all these health for example, I have all these health tasks, and I can create a task that is a certain way and name it whatever I want, assign it to certain categories. I've assigned the categories to be like Minecraft because that's my main interest. You can assign points for skills. You can assign coins for currency to buy rewards from the shop for gamification. And you can assign due dates or repetition amounts and frequency of repetition. You can also set it to be an API task that is done automatically for you, or have it set as a count task, which lets you count how many times you've done it, and several other things as well. So it's pretty useful as an app. There are plenty of other apps that do these things as well. It's basically just figuring out what works for you. And for me, LifeUp apparently works. So that's what I kind of stick to. So, best wishes, good misses.